What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon. MLB DFS video. It is Thursday. It is a small 5-game main slate. We do have one early game, Yankees at the Twins. So we're going to go over that briefly, but then we're going to go into everything else. If you've never been to the channel before, it's a little bit different. We go through everything. We look at all of the players. We look at the pitchers. We look at the bats in those games. So if you've never been here before, you are in for a treat. We are hopefully your one-stop shop. If this video is all you need for DFS, that's awesome. If you need a little bit more help, so you like this video but you want to see more, you can go check out FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. You can sign up for FTA Plus, a weekly pass for $10 or a monthly pass for $29.99 if you want to try for a week and then go beyond that. But we have a ton of information for MLB, current sports that we offer, MLB, NASCAR, PGA, and MMA. Depending on when you watch this video, the PGA stuff is good to go. We are great to go there. We have cheat sheets, simulations, everything like that. So at the end of this video, we are going to give you the top 20 bats after 10,000 simulations. So we do 20,000 simulations a day, but we're going to give you the top 20 after 10,000 simulations. So stick around. We have giveaways every single day. So we're going to put a pause on the home run bet giveaway. We're going to pause that one, but we're still going to continue 2 different giveaways. So the first way, like this video, be a subscriber, and just leave a comment on this video. If this video gets at least 50 likes and you've left a comment, you have a chance to win a free week of FTA Plus. Includes sports betting and DFS. If this video gets 100 likes, you have a chance to win a free month. 150 likes, a chance to win a $200 free year. If this video gets 200 or more, or any video gets 200 or more likes, you have a chance to win a $500 lifetime pass. And also, towards the end of this video, there will be a keyword that I will say out loud that you need to put in your comments down below. So, if you get that, type the keyword down, and you will be in a running for a free week as well. So we're going to go over that real quick. We're going to see who the winner is from yesterday for the likes on the video and comments. And then we're going to see who the winner is for using the keyword from yesterday, which was broken. So this is overall just everyone if the video got it minimum of 50 likes. And the winner is Call Me Grizz. He used the term broken. That was his comment. Congratulations. You win a free week of FTA Plus. Now, what I need you to do is like this video and then email me dfshelp1@gmail.com. That's dfshelp1@gmail.com with a username and email you would like, and we will get you set up for that free week. And he has a chance to win a second week because that comment was the correct keyword too. So we're going to randomize this one time and the winner will be announced. So the winner of the free week from using the keyword is C. Calaz 4293. C. Calaz 4293. Congratulations. Again, email me dfshelp1@gmail.com. Now, we had a winner in yesterday's video that already has a yearly pass and wanted me to pass the buck on and wanted me to pay it forward. So we're going to pick one more person to win a free week. Now, it could be Call Me Grizz again. It just randomizes completely. So this is going to be a second winner of a week. So technically, the third winner of this video. So the winner is Kurt Mahler 7012. So Kurt Mahler, please email me and we will get you set up. So that is 3 separate winners. And guys, come back tomorrow and the next day. You can win every single day. So that being said, we are going to go over this. It's a smaller slate. Like I said, we've got this early slate here with the Yankees Twins, which we can't play in the main slate. It's really the showdown, which we don't really go over the showdown much. Just kind of looking at that. Schmidt, 231 batting average, only 14 plate appearances, coming off a really good start. You got Joe Ryan, 48 plate appearances, 227. The way the Yankees have been, like, overall, I'd rather take them. I think maybe Joe Ryan gets through, 5 innings here or whatever. But if you're playing the showdown, you basically need both of these pitchers. Normally, you need both pitchers in a showdown. Then you got to get some bats. So you got to find cheaper bats. So like a cheaper bat for the Yankees would be John Birdie, but obviously you want to pay for Juan Soto, Aaron Judge, Stanton, Rizzo, stuff like that. Twins bats, Willie Castro. I would look at Carlos Correa. Just depending on who else is out there, Carlos Santana. There's a lot of cheap bats that you could use in a showdown like this. But we're not going to cover that one. Really, that's kind of just what we're going over. We are going to jump into the main slate here. 5 games, going to be a quicker video than normal. Hopefully, it helps you guys bring home the bacon. In the description of this video is our Discord. Also in the description is the article for today, which you can find right here, but you can find it down below. So definitely go check that out. It helps us out immensely. We've had a lot of people send us donations or tips. If you would like to, you can always email me, dfshelp1@gmail.com. If we've helped you out, it's just a little bit better than sending a super thanks here on YouTube, because YouTube takes about 50% of right off the top. So if you're interested in that, definitely hit us up. We've had multiple big winners in the past couple of months, and I want to continue that together. So get into the Discord, check it out. It's completely free. We core plays back and forth with you. So looking at this first game, Mets at the Phillies. We've got Jose Quintana versus Taijuan Walker. Walker facing one of his old teams. You've got 140 plate appearances out of Quintana, 252 batting average, 20.7 K percentage. Then you got Taijuan Walker, 106 plate appearances, 200 batting average, 17.9 K percentage, 7.5 walk percentage there. So we look at these numbers, and I understand, Quintana's down here at 5,100, which is wild. Splits-wise, he has not faced Philly this year. Does come in with a 5.44 ERA. Couple of bad starts. I had a good start sprinkled in there with St. Louis, but a bad start against San Francisco. In tournaments, with this being such a small slate, pretty much any pitcher is on the docket. Like yesterday, I wasn't on Trevor Rogers. I was on the Tigers bats. Tigers bats put up 7 hits, 0 earned runs. Then you got Casey Mize giving up a 2-run home run, I think in the first inning, and that was the only runs in that game. So I was not on Trevor Rogers, and that's the difference between me and other DFS providers. I'm letting you know when I'm right or when I'm wrong. When I'm really right, everyone eats. When I'm wrong, it depends. It really depends. I did not have Trevor Rogers. I would love to know, if you played the early slate yesterday on Wednesday, did you have Trevor Rogers in your lineup? But looking at Quintana, it's been up and down. He's very cheap, though. But again, these Philly bats can eat. They can heat up and they can eat. So we would look at, obviously, Philly bats. Bryson Stott I would look at. Bryce Harper, if he's in there. Alec Boehm against a lefty. JT Realmuto, who's been questionable, day-to-day tag every single day. I don't know if he's going to be put on the IL. Maybe he's already been put on the IL, depending on when you watch this video. That is something to look at, too. But a Philly stack, I do not mind. Flip side of this, Taijuan Walker is second lowest priced here. He's got a 4.82 ERA, so he's 3-0, but he has a 4.82 ERA. In 3 starts, he has 15 Ks. 4, 7, and 4. He faced, his best game was against San Francisco. Did have a pretty good start against Miami. The Mets are up and down. I don't mind Taijuan Walker at 6,300. Again, though, it seems like when we get these matchups here where these so-so pitchers or middle-of-the-road pitchers have a good matchup, they don't do anything with it. So kind of looking at that, I'm kind of, I don't know where I would go. Tournament-wise, both of these pitchers are great. If you're looking at bats on both sides, the Mets bats, Brandon Nimmo, Starlin Marte, DJ Stewart, Francisco Lindor, I would look at there. Pete Alonso, maybe. Still, he's up there, kind of a down year overall, not hitting quite as well as we thought he'd hit. Those would be the one, maybe a little bit of Brett Baty here, or Beatty. Again, a lot of blue in these numbers. He's not doing very well, not hitting the ball hard, not squaring anything up. That's what scares me a little bit. Next game, you've got the Rays at the Red Sox, Zach Littell versus Cooper Criswell. Littell, 12 plate appearance, 333. Criswell never faced the Tampa Bay Rays before, but we know the Rays are bad this year. They're just not hitting like they have in the past. And we look at this, Littell is 8,400. It's got a 3.02 ERA, 45 strikeouts, to what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. His ninth start already. Has not faced Boston this year. Pitching on the road, he does have a little bit better ERA on the road, 2.35. I do not mind him. It's up and down which bats, though. That's the crazy thing. Because when the Red Sox bats are on, they're hitting. They're putting up runs. When they're off, you are shoving with everyone here. Flip side of that, Cooper Criswell coming in. Does have a 2.10 ERA, 25 strikeouts. He's had a couple of downers, but he's had some good games too, coming off a really good game against Washington, middle of the road game against Minnesota, really good game against San Francisco, really good game against Cleveland. He's had these games. He's pitching at home, does have a 2.76 ERA compared to a 0.96 on the road. I kind of like Cooper Criswell because, again, the Tampa Bay Rays are not putting up a ton of runs. These hitters are beatable right now for whatever reason. I don't know what's going on. At first, I was like, oh, well, it's the beginning of the season. Maybe they're lulling down. Something's going on. But no, I don't know if I can explain it. I don't know what's going on for some of these teams. We've got a lot of injuries, but, not this team. The bats really aren't showing up. So, honestly, again, it's a 5-game main slate. Really anything goes, but looking at the bats a little bit. If you weren't to take either of these pitchers and you wanted to focus on bats on both sides, Tampa Bay bats that I would look at would be Josh Lowe. Yandy Diaz is basically the only one hitting the ball hard on this team. Richie Palacios you could look at. You could look a little bit of Johnny DeLuca. He's going to be a cheaper option. Isaac Paredes, cheaper option I would look at a little bit. I think a lot of people are obviously going to be on a Rosarena. A lot of people are going to be on Jose Siri. You want to find a little bit of value, especially on a small slate. You got to find the team that's going to hit. You got to find a little bit of value compared to what they're bringing to the table. I don't love the Tampa Bay Rays. Looking at the bats that I would use for, if you think Zach Littell is too expensive and you don't think he's going to do well here against Boston, Devers at the top. Tyler O'Neill, Wheeler, Abreu. I mean, if you're looking at a Boston stack, those are the three I'm focused on first. Then you got to break it down a little bit. Maybe a little bit of Rami Gonzalez. Maybe a little bit of Jarren Duran. I'm okay with that. Maybe a little bit of, depending on first base, it's either going to be Garrett Cooper, it's going to be Dom Smith. You've got a lot of options here. If it's not going to be Reese McGuire, a cheaper option, at catching on this small slate. I don't love this slate. I'm probably not going to be playing that much on this slate. But Connor Wong is a little bit cheaper option at catcher. I guess if you are looking at catching for Tampa Bay, if Alex Jackson is in there, I'm okay with him. I don't love him, but I'm okay with him. Moving to the Pirates at the Cubs, Jared Jones versus to be announced. Jones, 27 plate appearances, a 280 batting average. Jones has come on the scene this year and has been amazing. 2.68 ERA, 56 strikeouts, 2-4 record. He's just not getting run support. He just faced this Cubs team his last start at home. 6 innings, 2 earned runs, 4 Ks after coming off a 10 strikeout game against Colorado. This is one where I think people are going to look at recency bias, and I'm going to take a little... I'm going to keep up with the Joneses here, and I'm going to have Jared Jones in some of my lineups. Love what he brings to the table. The problem is he got to get run support to be able to get that dub. That's the problem with Pittsburgh's offense. If they don't show up, they don't show up at all. And then the other side, Cubs pitcher, they think it's going to be Justin Steele. He last pitched Saturday, so it should line up for him to be here. 4.73 ERA. Obviously, this will be his 4th start of the year. His first start, he left hurt, and then since then, he has not made it to, he's not completed 5 innings at all. He just faced Pittsburgh his last start. 4 innings, 6 earned runs, 3 home runs. That's probably where I'm going, is Pirates bats in this one. So looking at Pirates bats that makes sense. O'Neill Cruz obviously makes a lot of sense. Yasmani Grandal makes sense. McCutchen leading off, would not be surprised if he leads off with a home run here. Michael A. Taylor, usually against lefties. I'm curious. Did Taylor, game log wise against the Cubs, 5'11", he hit a home run. Was that when Justin Steele was pitching? It was. Yeah, I mean, without even looking at that, Michael A. Taylor is a cheaper option for the outfield. Definitely look at him. Connor Joe, we love to take him against lefties. He hit a home run for us the other night. I would look at Jared Triolo as well. So a Pirate stack I'm completely okay with. Now, if Jared Jones isn't your cup of tea and you think he's going to kind of have a game like he had last time, not such a good game, the batters I would look at would be Patrick Wisdom, Chris Morrell, Cody Bellinger, Michael Busch. Then we get down to the weeds a little bit. You want to find some cheaper bats. Tauchman, Miguel Amaya, Ian Happ. I would go in that direction. Honestly, I love a Pirate stack a little bit more than I do love a Cubs stack on this slate today. Then we get to the Athletics at the Astros. You got Joey Estes versus Christian Javier. Javier, 38 plate appearances, 21.1 walk percentage, kind of high, 26.3, but a 103 batting average. So he was walking a good clip, but striking out a ton of them. Obviously would love this game more if it were in Oakland, but we've got it here at Houston. 7,800 out of him. Does have a 4.01 ERA, and he got absolutely lit up against Detroit. 1.1 innings, 7 earned runs, 4 walks, 0 Ks. That's your ERA right there. But looking at this, he did well against the Yankees in the first series. In the first would have been, I think, second game of the season. Maybe the first, I cannot remember. Toronto did okay. Kansas City, so. Good against Texas. Detroit was just hitting that day. Love me some Christian Javier here against Oakland. And that brings me to the keyword of the day. Cheaters. Don't put a connection here. So what? I put it next to Christian Javier, who's with the Houston Astros. Cheaters is the key word, okay? We got to stop this. Cheaters. Okay. Anyway, I would use Christian Javier here. Looking at the bats, if you're not going Javier, it's obviously Rooker, Langoliers, Nevin, Geloff, Toro, Ruiz, Brown. Like, that would be the A's. I'm not going to have any exposure to the A's. I'm going to be looking at Houston today. I'm going to be looking at Jordan. I'm going to be looking at Kyle Tucker. I'm going to be looking at Yainer Diaz. Obviously, we're looking at Altuve. We're looking at Pena. But Jake Myers is a sneaky option, I think, on this slate. A Jake Myers pick, a Mauricio Dubon. It really depends on who is going to be here in the outfield for this Astros team. So that's kind of my thought there. I would mainly focus on the Astros bats, and then Joey Estes, coming in here, coming off a really good game against Seattle. I guess you could throw him in there for a tournament, just because obviously Houston has struggled this year. But I just don't know if he's going to get run support. Obviously, 22.1 fantasy points at 7,800 against Seattle. It's a great game, and now they've dropped him down 800. So we could see something. It could be a little bit different. But yeah, so kind of looking at this, Joey Estes, I think I'll have a little bit of exposure to, but I think I'm probably siding more with Christian Javier and the Astros bats today. Then the final game, according to this, does not have a pitcher going, or they don't know who it's going to be. It looks like it's going to be Nick Martinez, because Nick Lodolo was supposed to start. Now, he left with a groin injury, but he is stretched out. He did just pitch 3 days ago, so this is definitely something to look at. Whoever it is, I'm still siding with the Dodgers bats. And it should be Tyler Glasnow going. This should be his time in the rotation unless they move him. Yeah, I mean, it should be him. It could be a bullpen day. So, and if it is a bullpen day, we will update everything, like the projections, the simulations. All of that will be updated if, in fact, it's going to switch out. So, it looks like Glasnow, but he could also be pushed back to Friday. I would completely understand that. He's injury prone. They want him to obviously stay healthy all year, which he hasn't done in a while. But if it is Glasnow, He's a fantastic pitching option today. He's very expensive. But if it's someone else, I'm probably not on them. If it's Glasnow, I'm okay. But if it's like a bullpen day out of the Dodgers, I'm a little bit weary of that. I do not trust Nick Martinez. I obviously would be looking at the Dodgers bats here. Overall, Shohei, Teoscar Hernandez, Mookie Betts, Will Smith, Max Muncy, Freddie Freeman. Obviously, these are the go-to guys. But if everyone's going to be on them, you've got to find a little bit of edge. Andy Pages, I would look at. James Outman. Gavin Lux a little bit. You could look at that. Kike Hernandez, you could look at him a little bit too. If it's not Glasnow and it's like a bullpen day, or if it's a, Yarbrough or, just an opener, Ellie De La Cruz I don't know if he's hurt, but he did not play on Wednesday. That's definitely something to look at, but maybe it's just a day off. If it's a lefty, I love Tyler Stevenson, Will Benson, Spencer Steer. If it's a righty, maybe a little bit of Mike Ford. You could look at Jake Fraley a little bit. It could be Luke Maile here instead of Stevenson. That's just definitely something we look at. Those are cheaper options. It will all be dependent on what pitcher the Dodgers throw out there today. And there you have it. Smaller Thursday slate, but we still brought home the bacon. Hopefully, we brought you the fire in this video, but we are going to give you the top 20 bats after 10,000 simulations. So, paper, pen, get ready. I don't think it's going to be a surprise who some of the stacks are. But number 1, Kyle Tucker. Number 2, Jose Altuve. Number 3, Abraham Toro. 4 is Jordan. 5 is Brent Rooker. 6 is Brandon Nimmo. 7, Francisco Lindor. 8, Kyle Schwarber. 9, Yanner Diaz. 10, Starling Marte. 11 is Alex Bregman. 12, Brandon Marsh. 13, Shea Langoliers. 14, Bryson Stott. 15, Isaac Paredes. Next is Alec Bohm, followed by J.J. Bleday, Pete Alonso, and Josh Lowe. So the majority of the stacks, Houston, Oakland, the Mets, and Phillies are the top 4 that show up after 10,000 simulations. Now again, these can and will change depending on when you watch this video. I took out the Yankees bats, obviously. It's a showdown, so we don't have much going there. But it's a weird Thursday slate because usually Thursday you have the majority of the games early. Because it's like a getaway day for a lot of teams. Today it's the Yankees and the Twins, and then it's all later games, which a little bit different than what I'm used to for a Thursday, but I still wanted to bring home the bacon with you guys. So that's what I've got in this video. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, get those down below. Email us, dfshelp1@gmail.com. Hit us up on Twitter @advisors_team, or in the description of this video is our Discord link. So good luck on this Thursday. Come back for Friday. Let's bring home some bacon. Peace!